And all the other places. Yeah. Speaking about inspecting, let's go back to football and inspect the FKF that has just kicked off the pending, of course, the lift of the ban and FIFA pronouncing itself on the issue, etc. Games were played, and Arocha has been, you know, thumping his chest, adjusting his collar, now fixing his coat, getting ready because his team won. So let's zita tuanze tu naendo tu.
Yes.
No. All right, Arocho. Yes.
Well, first of all, I'm happy that KCB Football Club is back. I watched that match. It was a very tough match. Police presented a very good side, though KCB were lucky, if I'll say so. We got 2 chances. We scored 1.
Just like
Police,
Qatar?
Police had, no. It was a tough match. You cannot compare Qatar. You cannot compare KCB to Qatar under no circumstance. But once again, kudos to Coach Zedekia.
Yes.
And the entire team. We are going back to where we belong. KCB belongs at the top of the league, other than the fact that FC Leopards won 2-0 against Ulinzi.
A formidable league.
We could have been on top of that league. Congratulations also to Tusker. A good outing in Kakamega. It's not easy to win in Kakamega against Shimanyula's Kakamega Homeboys. It is a very strong side, another formidable side. One thing I'd like to say about this...
also won.
Yeah, Gor won. I was in that match, but I don't want to say much about... There's a goal that was disallowed, which for me, I thought Nzoia ought to have picked a point against Gor Mahia. But the match I want to speak to, and I'd like to speak to the minister, is Kariobangi Sharks versus Talanta. Talanta are really suffering. The last time Talanta FC were paid their salary was in April. It is, yes, and it's a part of the government, because I think they're being sponsored by Communication Authority, if I'm not wrong, and then it's a parastatal kind of a team. How do you have a team in the Premier League that have not been paid for the last... Since April, they've not been paid. I received several calls from Talanta players last night. It's so bad, though I heard that the minister also reined in after he heard that what is happening at Talanta. Something needs to be done. If Talanta doesn't have money, they should stay away from this league.
Talking about players, I want just to talk about the ban of players from FC Leopards and Gor Mahia again. Like when the players are signing of these contracts, of course they're not being told what is going on in the team. So you'll come here maybe at the chairman kuambie tuko sawa, you sign kama miaka mbili, and then you will play tusha sotizi story zote, you know, and then a player signs a contract of 2 years, and then it comes up after several months of preparing and training, unaambiwa you can't play because tuko na ban. You're wasting a talent of this player. Why are you signing them and you know you have a ban? For me, I think such things should be taken seriously. When you have a ban, leave the player out of it. Play with the players that you have. I've heard that if Leopard are trying to sort things out, even Gor Mahia, let them sort Araka ndio hao maplayer warudi. It's time for them to shine. The league is back.
Yep. All right. Well, Shitaro, we need you to make your comments. AFC Leopards did the team very briefly, because we need to rush to the repeat.
Actually, I encouraged everyone on set here that let us be optimistic. The league will kick off, despite the fact that Bomet FC took the administrators to court, and they got a stay order. I think this is a very positive sign that things are taking shape, and soon, sooner than later, we're gonna get that suspension lifted, and this league will be verified. And it's a big start for Gor Mahia, Tusker, FC Leopards, and Arocho's KCB. But because of a goal difference, I think FC Leopards are on top, despite missing 10 of their players, as Zita had clearly put it. And the structures that we are talking about of football, is to ensure that we follow the laid down rules and regulation as provided by CAF and FIFA. Let us not have briefcase clubs, as Arocho says. The results of what we are seeing is the result of briefcase clubs.
Right.
Arocho utakuta kona klabu yake. Anataka
hypothetically.
Yes, anataka kuforce aingie Premier League, of which anaweza pata his way into the Premier League with the hope of securing sponsors.
Right.
Failing to do that, most of the times, ndio unaona sasa teams zina struggle. We need to adhere and fulfill the club licensing rules that is clearly stipulated. Even as you rush
to the repeat.
All
right.
I want to say it's a good start. Even as the minister taking the tour to Dubai, I think these calls zinamfikia.
All right. Well, I would like to end it there. Of course, all things World Cup are going to be on a little bit later on. World Cup Barn with Michael Kinyi. That's a little bit later on, around 1:30. So keep it, and it's there every weekday. So keep it in television for that. It is World Cup all through and through. Now we are on 100% World Cup mode. The games is on. Make your
Ngeleleo Kutoi, even as we sign.
And Kutoi, who's been given a scholarship, anafanya kazi pale US. She's progressed for the first time kwenye
mambo ya tennis.
Yes, yes. So Angela, good job Angela. Tunaku salute tena sana. All right, we will continue. Tutakuwa hapa. The Twiga has already said it is Argentina. We'll wait and see what's going to happen. We'll wait and see Ronaldo's first game. Everybody's talking about that as well. But for now, tunasema ni asante sana. Mungu awabariki. Remember, successful people look like you. And most importantly, God loves you, and that will never change. Hata kama unanitazama kwa brothel, whether uko hospitali, wherever you are, Mungu anakupenda sana. Sana, na mtu asikudanganye. Peace and love. Let's rush to the repeat.